Good morning. It's Thursday, September 3rd. We're going to get started with our capitalization bell ringer. We're on the 4th page of your bell ringer sheet. Those of you that have requested access to this document have not been watching the videos because you would know that you don't need access to it. We're putting it on a split screen. I showed you how to do that on Tuesday. If you don't know how to do it, you need to go back and watch Tuesday's class. I showed you on Tuesday how to put it on a split screen so that you have one side capitalization bell ringers and one side your journal. Then you're going to retype the sentences in your journal using the correct capitalization. And ending punctuation is already done for you today. If you're looking at the city of Sacramento is the capital California, then you are on the right bell ringer for today. We're going to go over this together. We're going to read a chapter in Bud Not Buddy and talk about text evidence while we're reading, and then I got a quick little video, and then we're going to call it a day. We're moving towards making inferences with text evidence today. We're going to practice in chapter 7 in Bud Not Buddy. But first, we're doing this capitalization bell ringer. Remember that your bell ringers are checked on the weekends, usually on Saturday or Sunday morning if I'm up before my children. So you need to make sure that when you leave or go to bed on Friday night that it's ready for me to look at it. At this point, you should have 10 bell ringers, 5 from last week and 5 from this week. The newest should always be at the top. Thank you for those of you who follow directions. Yes, ma'am. Get down to the next page. Put right here in front of it. Put right here. Control and everything's done. Awesome. Now arrow up. Do you have to type 9, 3, 20, or 1. Now you're ready to start. You know how to put them side by side? Okay, pick this one up. See where I'm at? Push down and drag it down. See how I did that? And then you push the middle button so it makes it so you can control the size. Then go back to this one, push that middle button so you can control the size. Scoot one over here and have one there. That's 3, 4, that's today. I'm just using 2 fingers. You're going to go 1. The city of Sacramento is the capital. Got it? Awesome sauce. Thank you. Allie, you got it? You need help? You got it? Come on. Awesome. Side by side. Watch this. Watch my hand. Push down. And I'm going to drag it down. Okay? And you push the middle button, and that gives you the way to slide it over. And so the middle button. Over here. Over here. And use 2 fingers. Slide down. Stay. Now let's do it over so I can see it good. Did you put this in the header box? It's not doing that. No, we don't put anything in the header box. Whose class did you do that in? The header box. Don't put anything in the header box, okay? And we'll... Yes. I can't do it because I got that drag it down and then push the center button on the right hand side. You got it? Now you got to drag. You want to get this one. So drag it there. Now make some separate windows. Drag it down. This one up. Drag it down. The center button makes it so you can change the size. Two fingers, scroll. If you want to scroll, use two fingers. See how I'm moving it around using two fingers. Got it, Ruben? You just put them back and forth to show them. Do my side by side. Or you don't know how. Can we show you how? You just drag it down. Can we show you? No, I did it yesterday. Did I do it for you yesterday? Drag it down. See? And then the center button over here makes it so you can change it. Change the size. See, look, see how I get the arrows? You can do it with anything, you guys. If you want to do it like once you're virtual next week, you want to do it with Zoom and put your Zoom like beside your novel, or you can do that split screen with anything. It doesn't have to be two Google Docs. I'm trying to help people here get split screen going where they can see both their bell ringer and their ELA journal at the same time. I'm going to go to screen share and show you guys one more time because it seems a lot of people are having trouble with it, and it makes things a lot easier, not just with your bell ringers, but with anything. Even when I'm zooming to teach, and you may want to have me on one side and your work on one side. You know, it is always helpful to have that option. So I'm going to go to screen share and show you how to do it. I just got to pull up something to use as an example. Cassie?
Yes.
Cassie, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Yeah. I can't hear. I can't either. She hears that.
Cassie, are you there?
I'm here.
Cassie, can you talk to me?
I'm here.
All right, here's how you get screens side by side. All right, so I have Lily's journal here. I'm going to come over and get this capitalization, which is what we're doing today. We're doing the 4th day. So I scroll down to the 4th day. I want to pick up this tab. You see how my mouse is hovered over that tab? And I'm going to press down with one finger, and then I'm going to drag it down with the other finger. That makes it come down separately and become a different tab. Now, when I let go, it's a new tab. Now, on your screen, you're going to push the minimize is going to be the center button in the upper right-hand corner. Mine is in the upper left-hand corner because I have a Mac. But yours is going to be in the other side. So you'll push that button so that you can get these arrows. So you can drag it over, make it small. To scroll within the document, use two fingers side by side. Then you can scroll the document like you want it to be in that window. I'm going to drag this over here. Now I need to go back and get that journal. I'm going to look at Lily's journal. She's typing away. So I'm going to push that middle button in the upper right-hand corner. Mine is on the other side. That gets it so it's not full screen, so you can adjust it. Then I'm going to come over, get the arrow so I can drag it over. Again, if you want to scroll, you use two fingers. And I can change how she's scrolling. See how I'm doing that? I'm doing it with two fingers. So then you have this over here and you have this over here, and you can type and you're good to go to see both screens at the same time. The way this bell ringer was yesterday, the day before, and today, you could not copy and paste because it's a picture. See what happens? It highlights the whole picture. Doesn't work. You have to retype the sentences. That's why it's easier to put it side by side. If you copied and pasted the picture, you will not get credit for the bell ringer when I grade them this weekend. I was just looking at one that did that. You will not get credit for your bell ringer if you copied and pasted that picture. It has to be the sentences. Does everybody understand? On Monday, we copied and pasted the picture because it was the anchor chart. It was explaining to us when to copy, and I said it was okay to just copy and paste that. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, it was not okay to just copy and paste that picture. Cassie, since you're not responding, I sent you something in the chat. Please respond. Okay. We are going to go over this bell ringer. Get started for today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull this up so you can hopefully see it. If you can't see it, put that split screen up and follow along with me orally. Do you understand? I got this box right here all up in my way. Try to get it as close as I can. I can make it a little bit bigger. Is that a little bit better for people at home?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The city of Sacramento is the capital of California. What do I need, Kamaya? Okay, the T capitalized. Why? But what's the place? Okay, so this, you want this C capitalized or this C capitalized? Just this one. And then one more. And the S. So we have the and Sacramento and California all need to be capitalized. Number 2, Jennifer and Peter will travel to Russia to work in an orphanage. Reuben, what needs to be capitalized? The J, what else? The P, what else? And the R, good. Questions? What about the O? Why would the O not be capitalized, Reuben? If it was a specific orphanage, it was called the Maldonado Orphanage, then it would be capitalized because it would be one specific one. It would be a proper noun. But if it is any orphanage, it just says orphanage, then it's not capitalized. Do you understand? You can look back up here. A common noun is not capitalized. That's like orphanage. This would be Maldonado Orphanage. This would be just plain orphanage. Just like school, same way. This would be school. This would be a middle school. Got it? If it's in the title of that proper noun, then you would capitalize it. All right, the Jackson Elementary School band will perform Yankee Doodle. Julie. The T needs to be capitalized. The J. The E and good. Will perform Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle is a specific name of a song. It needs to be capitalized. Good. Number 4. My friend Sally and I are reading the novel The Phantom Tollbooth. Lily. My, good. The S and Sally. Okay. Okay. 2 more. What'd you miss right here? I. Good. Always capitalize I. And then one more thing. The Phantom Tollbooth is in italics because it's the title of a novel. It's the title of a book. So what do I need to include that you didn't capitalize? The. It's in italics. The name of the book is not just Phantom Tollbooth. If the name of the book was just Phantom Tollbooth, we would only capitalize the P and the T. But the name of the book is The Phantom Tollbooth, so we have to capitalize the as well. Does that make sense? All right. The train will stop in Atlanta. Oh no. That did not work, Miss Russell. All right, let's do 5 and then I'll scroll. It's not lining up when I move it. You've been quiet. Alexia, do 5. The train will stop in Atlanta, Montgomery, and Jacksonville. Okay. Okay. Good. And good. They're all cities. Very good. All right. If you need to take a picture of that, take a picture real quick, and I'm about to erase it so I can scroll up because you're not going to be able to see the last view. All right, here we go, 6 through 12. Nicole likes Pepsi, but Veronica and Brandon prefer Coke. Reuben. N. P. The V. The V. Very good. And the C. Good. Allie. The faces of 4 presidents are carved on Mount Rushmore. Loud. The T.
The P.
I can't hear you.
The P.
E. A E. A what? No. Why? Why is it? Why would we not capitalize presidents? It's a common noun. It's not specific. It says 4 presidents. It does not say one specific one. If it said President Trump, you would capitalize the P. Okay? Keep going. M and R. Very good. You got to yell at me, girl. I can't hear you. Yell at me. Are you going to go to Celeste's party on Saturday? Kamaya.
The A.
Good. And Celeste. It's her name. And the S in Saturday. Good. Lily, the new school year will begin in August or September. T, we know for sure, beginning of sentence. A for August, we capitalize months. And S in September, it's a month too. Good. The American Women's League meeting will be held on Tuesday. Reuben. Good. Okay, two more. The W and the L, yes. The American Women's League is a specific organization. There's one, American Women's League. So it is capitalized. We celebrate Valentine's Day in February, not in October. Julie. Huh? W. Yes. Yes. One more. Day. So the day there is going with Valentine's. It's together. Valentine's Day is all together. Okay. If it was just we celebrate each day, would day be capitalized? No. Does that make sense? All right. Number 12. Sarah planned a Christmas party at Lakeshore Park this December. Alexia. Sarah. Christmas party at Lakeshore. One more. Yes, Lakeshore Park is a specific place. Good. Okay, guys, if you are not finished with that, you're going to need to put it away. Finish it on your own time. I'm ready to move on. We are going to move right along to Bud Not Buddy and continuing to talk about textual evidence. We're on chapter 7, which is page 53. Go ahead and turn with me to page 53 in Bud Not Buddy. When we left Bud, what was going on with him? He went where? He went to the mission and got what? He went to the mission and got what? Breakfast. That's right. So now he's gone. He's left the mission, and what is he going to be up to today? We don't know. We're about to find out. So everybody put away that bell ringer. Put away that bell ringer. Put all that distraction away so we can read together. Chapter 7, page 53. He left the mission.
Chapter 7. I pushed the heavy door open and walked into the library. The air in the library isn't like the air anywhere else. First, it's always cooler than the air outside. It feels like you're walking into a cellar on a hot July day, even if you have to walk up a bunch of stairs to get into it. The next thing about the air in the library is that no other place smells anything like it. If you close your eyes and try to pick out what it is that you're sniffing, you're only going to get confused, because all the smells have blended together and turned themselves into a different one. As soon as I got into the library, I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. I got a whiff of the leather on all the old books, a smell that got real strong if you picked one of them up and stuck your nose real close to it when you turned the pages. Then there was the smell of the cloth that covered the brand new books, the books that made a splitting sound when you opened them. Then I could sniff the paper, that soft, powdery, drowsy smell that comes off the pages in little puffs when you're reading something or looking at some pictures, a kind of hypnotizing smell. I think it's that smell that makes so many folks fall asleep in the library. You'll see someone turn a page, and you can imagine a puff of page powder coming up really slow and easy until it starts piling on the person's eyelashes. weighing their eyes down so much that they stayed down a little longer after each blink, and finally making them so heavy that they just don't come back up at all. Then their mouths come open and their heads start bouncing up and down like they're bobbing in a big tub of water for apples. And before you know it, whoop, zoop, swoop, they're out cold and their face thumps down smack dab on the book. That's the part that gets the librarians the maddest. They get real upset if folks start.
What was the purpose of all this? He's talking about what? Of the library, right? He's giving you that mental imagery, so that you can get a picture in your mind's eye of the experience of being in this library, okay, which is where he's headed into now.
Drooling in the books and page powder or not, they don't want to hear no excuses. You got to get out. Drooling in the books is even worse than laughing out loud in the library. And even though it might seem kind of mean, you can't really blame the librarians for tossing drooly folks out, because there's nothing worse than opening a book and having the pages all stuck together from somebody's dried up slobber. I opened my eyes to start looking for Miss Hill. She wasn't at the lending desk, so I left my suitcase with the white lady there. I knew it would be safe. I walked between the stacks to see if Miss Hill was putting books up. 3 doggone times I walked through the library, upstairs and down, and couldn't find her. I went back to the librarian at the lending desk. I waited until she looked up at me. She smiled and said, "Yes? Would you like to retrieve your suitcase?" She reached under the desk. I said, "Not yet, ma'am. Could I ask you a question?" She said, "Of course, young man. How may I help you?" "I'm looking for Miss Hill." The librarian looked surprised. "Miss Hill? My goodness, hadn't you heard?" Uh-oh. That's number 16 of Bud Caldwell's Rules and Things for Having a Funner Life and Making a Better Liar Out of Yourself. That's one of the worst ones. Rules and Things number 16. If a grown-up ever starts a sentence by saying, "Haven't you heard?" get ready, because what's about to come out of their mouth is going to drop you head first into a boiling tragedy. It seems like the answer to "haven't you heard" always has something to do with someone kicking the bucket, and not kicking the bucket in a calm, peaceful way, like a heart attack at home in bed either. It usually is some kind of dying that will make your eyes buck out of your head when you hear about it. It's usually the kind of thing that will run you out of a room with your hands over your ears and your mouth wide open. Something like hearing that your grandmother got her whole body pulled through the wringer on a washing machine, or something like hearing about a horse slipping on the ice and landing on some kid you went to school with. I answered, "No, ma'am," and got my stomach ready.
He's worried. He's worried that something is what with Miss Hill? Something happened bad. Because the librarian that's working there says, "Haven't you heard?" And usually what comes after that is something what? That's what Bud feels like. Normally something that comes after that is bad. So he's expecting something bad.
Ready to hear about Miss Hill biting the dust in some way that was going to give me nightmares. The librarian said, "There's no need for you to look so stricken. It's not bad news, young man." She laughed, a quiet librarian-type laugh, and said, "Really, it's not bad news, unless you had matrimonial plans concerning Miss Hill."
Okay, it's not bad news unless you had matrimonial plans. What is matrimonial mean? I can't hear.
Big.
She can't hear anything.
Big.
Somebody that's on virtual, unmute and tell me what it means to be matrimonial. Unless you had matrimonial plans concerning Miss Hill, it's not bad
Big.
news. So most likely she did what?
Big. Yeah, man.
Huh? She left, okay. What? Think about matrimony. What does
Big.
matrimony mean?
What's she asking?
When you hear that word, what does it make you think about? matrimony. Think about getting what? That Lily? Yes! Praise! Woo! Good girl! Absolutely! Yes, ma'am. You are exactly correct. So, using context clues, the fact that this woman said it's not bad news unless you had matrimonial plans. So, what does that mean? It means Miss Hill. Thank you, Lily. So it's not bad news unless you had planned to. Exactly. Unless you had matrimonial plans for Miss Hill. So what does that statement mean? That statement means it's not bad news unless you had plans to what, Lily? To who? Yeah. It's not bad news unless you had plans to marry her. You got it? Everybody understand? Awesome.
I pretended I knew what she was talking about. Most times, if you listen to how grown folks ask a question, they let you know what it is they want to hear. I said, "No, ma'am, I didn't plan that at all." She laughed again and said, "Good, because I don't think her new husband would appreciate the competition. Charlemagne, Miss Hill is currently living in Chicago, Illinois." I said, "Husband? You mean she got married, ma'am?" The librarian said, "Oh, yes."
All right, we got this. Lily got it. Lily figured it out. She used context clues. She knew what matrimony meant. She used that as a root word, and we figured out. Did Bud understand? No, he just got it right now. He says, "Oh, husband, you mean she got married." So that statement that librarian said went where? This statement went where? Over Bud's head. He didn't get it. He did not understand. And now he understands. Oh, she got married. Okay, now I understand.
And I must tell you, she was radiating happiness. I said, "And she moved all the way to Chicago?" "That's right. But Chicago isn't that far. Here, I'll show you." She reached under her desk and pulled out a thick leather book called Atlas of the United States of America. She thumbed through a couple of pages and said, "Here we are." She turned the book to me. It was a big map of Michigan and a couple of the states that were next to it. "We are here," she pointed to the spot that said Flint, "and Chicago is here in Illinois." They look pretty close, but I know how tricky maps can be. Shucks, they can put the whole world on one page on a map. So I said, "How long would it take someone to walk that far?" She said, "Oh dear, quite a while, I'm afraid. Let's check the distance." She reached under the desk and pulled out another thick book called Standard Highway Mileage Guide and turned to a page that had 1,000,000 numbers and city names on it. She showed me how to find Chicago on the line that was running across the page and Flint on the line that was running down the page, and then to look at the number that was writ where the two of them joined up. It said 270. She pulled a pencil out and said, "Okay, this is how one figures the amount of time required to walk to Chicago. Now," she pulled a third book out. Shucks, this is one of the bad things about talking to librarians. I asked one question, and already she had us digging through 3 different books. She thumbed through the book until she said, "Aha, it says here that the average male human gait is 5 miles an hour. Okay, assuming that you could cover..."
All right, what is a gait? A human male gait. It's talking about walking. So what's a gait? Look at my legs. You see my legs? My long dress on today. What's a gait? Do you see my legs? Yes. What's a gait?
A step.
Okay, but they're talking about speed.
A step.
So think closer. Look at my legs. What's a gait?
A step.
G-A-I-T. What's a gate?
A
Now
step.
look at it. I'm gonna walk like here. I'm gonna walk like me.
Hear that other girl.
Normal. Watch.
Maybe we should come hear that other girl.
Okay?
A step.
I'm 5'2". Now I'm gonna walk like Coach
Stop.
Perry. How tall is Coach
You
Perry?
can't hear
He's
me.
probably a foot taller than I am. Probably about 6 foot. This is Coach
A
Perry's
step.
Do you see the difference? What's it? Okay, not speed. This is Miss Russell. This is Coach
His
Perry.
step.
Do you see the difference?
Step.
Okay, but it's not speed. It's specific part of how. Miss Russell,
She can't hear
Coach
me.
Perry. Do you see the difference?
Step.
Difference, Gavin.
I'm sure all the other
Gavin, what's the
I can hear
difference?
you right now.
It's a
What's
bigger
the difference? The gate is your what?
step.
Yes. Yes, your gate is the difference, the distance between your legs when you take a step. So they're figuring that the average male gait was this certain equation, and then they're going to try to figure out how long it's going to take him to walk. Now, do you think that Bud's gait is the same as an average male? He's a little boy. He's 11, right? So is he going to have an average male gait? No. So whatever prediction they make and they're figuring out is most likely going to be a little bit off, you think? Okay, look up here. See that red dot? Can you see it? That red dot is Flint. That's where he is right now. Where's Chicago? Right here. You see how far that is? I put this at the end of your bell ringer presentation in case you want to look at the map on your screen, guys, at home. Okay? We're down here in North Carolina. We live about right here. Can you see where I'm pointing? Okay? Do you want to walk? Oh, and look, you have to go across the water here. You want to do that? So to go to Michigan, you'd have to go all the way around. Does that make sense? Is that somewhere you want to walk? No, it is not somewhere you want to walk, for sure. But he's figuring out how he's thinking about trying to possibly get to who? Who does he want to get back to? Miss Hill. All right. This map shows, it's a little bit more zoomed in. Can you see? This map shows Flint and Grand Rapids. That's going to play into the story here in just a minute. Think about that distance, okay? You with me, guys at home? I'm not getting any interaction from anybody at home. Are you with me? You laughing at my legs? You ever going to forget what a gate is ever again? Now that you got to see Miss Russell's gate? Ask Coach Perry when you see him today if you think his gate is longer than Miss Russell's. And he's not going to know what you're talking about because he probably doesn't know what gate means. But I guarantee that his is longer because he's a foot taller. I mean, I'm only 5'2", and he's probably at least 6'1" or 6'2". So his length between steps is going to be much longer. So his walking pace would be much what than mine? Faster. I would have to walk faster to keep up with him because when we take steps, my step would be much shorter. Does that make sense? What's a gait? The distance between feet when you take a step. Got it? You ever going to forget it? Gavin, you at home laughing at me? I see you. All right, here we go.
For 5 miles an hour, all we have to do is divide 270 by 5. She did it and said, 54 hours.
Who wants to walk for 54 hours?
No, I'm afraid you'll simply have to wait until Mrs. Rollins comes back to Flint for a visit.
What's Miss Hill's new name?
Shucks. Chicago
Miss
might as well
Rollins.
be a million miles away from Flint. And Miss Hill might as well be a squashed, scrunched up mess in a washing machine when it came down to helping me now. I thanked the librarian for the bad news and went to sit at one of the big heavy tables so I could think what to do next. Going back to the home was out. It used to be that we get a new kid every once in a while, but lately it seems like there's a couple of new kids every day. Mostly babies, and they're most always sick. It's not like it was when I first got there. Shucks. Half the folks that run it don't even tell you their name and don't remember yours unless you're in trouble all the time or getting ready to move out. After a while, I got in my suitcase and walked into the regular air and stinking smells of Flint. That library door closing after I walked out was the exact kind of door Mama had told me about. I knew that since it had closed, the next one was about to open. I went back under my tree, and before I knew it, I was asleep.
So he went back under the Christmas tree where he slept the night before. So he had breakfast, but that's all he had to eat that whole day. And now he's gone back under the Christmas tree to go to sleep. He was hoping he was going to get some help from Miss Hill. Did that work out for him? No. All right, we're going to pick up with chapter 8 tomorrow. No, maybe not. I have to look back at plans. I think we're doing a text evidence activity tomorrow. So I don't think we're reading tomorrow. I think we'll pick up with chapter 8 on Wednesday when you get back from your long weekend. The word of the day is gait. G-A-I-T. Gait. The distance between your feet when you take a step. Have a good day. You have three things to do for me if you're online right now. You need to watch the YouTube video. It's me teaching inferences. We've already been talking about it. It should be a review. It's a video that I made this summer for the county, and I think that you will enjoy it. It talks about a fun book named called Wish. It's an excellent book if you'd like to check it out. I have a copy of it. If you're A or B, I could let you borrow it. And then you need to do your exit ticket. I just told you the word of the day. And then if you do not have 45 minutes in iReady and you have some free time today to work on it, work on that. If you have questions or you need me, email me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.